Good Yantif. Miracles are possible. They have been from the beginning of time. The challenge has been to recognize, appreciate, and heed them. So often we can feel alone, adrift, and without a compass or any help along the way. As we go through these days of awe, hopefully we will become aware that this is just not true. There is a God. There is a force in the universe that's got us, whether we realize it or not. As the song states, many nights we prayed with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts, a hopeful song we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. In this time of fear, when prayer so often proved in vain, hope seemed like the summer birds too swiftly flown away. Yet now we're standing here with hearts so full we can't explain, seeking faith and speaking words we never thought we'd say. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to kill. Who knows what miracles all of us can achieve when we believe. Miracles. We need them now. Achshav, now. One could say maybe more now than ever, but that's not exactly right. Throughout history, there have been dark days going all the way back to the beginning. Even Adam and Eve, where they were unhappy with what they had, feeling like something was lacking, that there was something more that they needed. Our world, our country is in chaos. Would you agree? But this is also true of other times. Most recently, with COVID, the Me Too movement, beatings, shootings, rampant anti-Semitism, there isn't a place that seems free of discord and discontent. So the question is, why can't we catch a break? Why is there constant unrest in the Middle East, Ukraine fighting a valiant war, and yet how many other wars have been fought? Vietnam, Korea, World War I, World War II, and you can go back hundreds of years throughout history and find one war after another and another and another. Why? It would seem that the one common denominator is us. Going back to the beginning, we were not satisfied with what we had. And what did that dissatisfaction get us? The pain of childbirth, along with a host of other ills, because we wanted what? Knowledge. Didn't seem so bad. We wanted to eat from the tree, and once we did, we immediately got shame. Shame at being naked, and an inability to appreciate, truly appreciate, what we had been given until it was lost. We had had a successful transition into our two new places, and while we were saddened at the loss of the old, it is critical that we embrace the new and be grateful. Because things can change on a dime, and the rug can be pulled out from underneath us, and who knows what we'll get. The grass is not greener on the other side. Grass is grass. Let's stick to ours because it's what we know, and hopefully it's what we can deal with. Several have come to me very upset at the loss of the building, and I have said, ask yourself, how much have you given to support this building? Times that by about 80, and that's how we got here. There are only a handful of people who kept that building going, kept us going. One in particular for the last 5+ years. Sooner or later, we all had to give in and surrender to the inevitable. But it was a miracle that we even had it. It was a miracle that we have gotten money to sustain us into the future. We started in a church, And actually, we were the most vibrant we ever were due to the location. And now, after the building served its time, we are now here in our new surroundings. We are blessed with a double portion, just like the 2 chalot you could have on Shabbat, or the double portion of manna that we received when wandering in the wilderness. We have the beautiful worship space here that we're in right now that fulfills our needs and service as well. Don't you feel fulfilled? Aren't you feeling it? Yet, also, our second portion, we have an extraordinary, very unusual home space for our offices and our social gatherings, of which we have many. That's where we'll eat. We have so much to be grateful for. First and foremost, we have each other, every single one of you, who had faith, trust, and the ability to maybe see beyond what was being said, to embrace the truth, Emet, and each other. For that, we are all extraordinarily grateful. That in itself is a miracle. You can count yourself among the many, many righteous because you believed in us. You believed in each other. You believed in Emet, and you believed in our collective mission, and most importantly, you believed in God. Rosh Hashanah is about new beginnings, a fresh start, a clean slate for the year ahead, and the gift from God to be granted one more year of life to go forward. Harima. We don't know any of us what we're going forward to. We just want to go forward and not back. But that's, however, the way it's always been. Uncertainty is a part of life. Pain is a part of life. And it has been since Adam and Eve ate from that tree. Maybe we were supposed to have paradise only in Gan Eden, but I suspect maybe not. Things tend to happen as they should, whether we like it or not. Change is inevitable, and the world will move on whether we agree with the direction it's moving in or not. Once again, the common denominator seems to be us. It is written that God made us to be co-partners in fixing this world that shattered from the beginning in its creation story. Vessels had to be broken. Seas had to be separated and upturned. We are here to help make things right. However, centuries go by and we just don't seem to be able to get it right. God, as our parent, Avinu Malkeinu, is watching us as we will address tomorrow. He or she must be aghast at what we are doing and continue to do time and time and time again. How many of you watch your children struggle, or your friends, or sometimes yourself, and wonder, what will it take to break the cycle, end the madness, and do things right? The question is, what even is right? Everyone has a different opinion about what is right, which way to go, how best to do things, multiple sides blaming the other for all of the problems, and who has the cure. Again, the common denominator seems to be us. We have to learn to get along. We have to learn to love one another. Most importantly, we have to learn to love ourselves, which ultimately is a huge part of what we are meant to get out of these Yomim Noraim, these days of awe. How can anyone love us if we don't truly love ourselves, especially God? We are created B'Tselem Elohim in the image of God. And yet we pray and we beseech God during these holy days to forgive us, to redeem us, to see us worthy, and yes, to grant us more time to love, to share, to grow, and yes, to get it right. Our Siddur on Shabbat states that God loves becoming. Maybe what God truly loves is the process and all the messy, sticky, horrific things that go along with it. Maybe we are supposed to love that too. It's hard. It is devastating sometimes when we are in the middle of it all. Maybe the Kabbalists know what they're doing, or even the Buddhists, when they look at destruction and loss and challenges, overcoming obstacles as the key to success and ultimate happiness. It is not lost on me that our building was ultimately sold to Buddhists, and that we are renting in a space where in another unit, number 7, Tov, where number 1, Echad, God, the oneness of God, Buddhism is practiced through some kind of yoga. Roger's going to explain it to us at one point in time. And that the peace we are all meant to attain can be found within us. For these Yomim Noraim, focus on how you can each bring more peace into your life. Let us find our way before we need an ark to save us after everything is destroyed. Miracles are possible. Miracles have happened. As Kabbalist Dov Ber Pinson has stated, when the details of our lives come together, we feel the interconnectedness of things and we sense purpose. When we are aware of God's presence in our lives, we open ourselves up to miracle and can appreciate when the extraordinary has occurred to us and as if something miraculous has happened. When we live with the recognition that every single moment of life is truly a miracle, we can open ourselves up to divine possibility where nothing is expected or routine and live instead with a sense of wonder and amazement at every single moment. There can be miracles when we believe. It is incumbent upon us to believe, even, most particularly, when feeling it not. Hope can be frail and even non-existent, and yet we can face insurmountable, horrific things and somehow survive. I recently attended an event where 2 hostages from October 7th spoke, and the one thing that they reiterated over and over and over again, the common denominator that got them through, was that they would never, ever allow themselves to give up hope. They found strength in each other and their unwavering belief that despite the odds that were stacked against them, they would be rescued. They were not forgotten. It was their hope that kept them going. Hope can be frail, but it is really, really hard to kill. They had faith in God that a miracle would happen, and it did. Now, one could say they were lucky. Many, sadly, horrifically, were not. But a miracle did happen for them. And they said that they felt it was because they were supposed to go around and share that message, to not ever give up on hope or a belief that miracles could happen. It was that unwavering hope and that faith that they had. When one faltered, the other lifted them up, and they did that day after day after day. Our world is in crisis. We need to keep the faith and not give up our sense of hope that things truly can change. We just have to hang on. Another day, another month, another year. Who knows what miracles we can achieve when we truly, truly believe. We must. We must open ourselves up, as Kabbalist Dov Ber Pinson went on to state, to believe in the possibility of a new reality, even one that seems beyond the realm of natural possibility. It is our conviction itself which stimulates the new reality. So when we live our lives with this awareness, we open ourselves up to draw the miracles down to our reality. So as we go forth into these days of awe, our Yamim Noraim, let us begin this journey b'yachad together with hope in our hearts, determined to fight despair, overcome our fears, and do so with faith. Faith in God, and the belief that we, the common denominator, will make the difference. And that our conviction will activate the miracle that we all so desperately need around the globe. As it is written, if you save one life, it is as if you have saved the world. Let us start right here, right now, b'yachad, together. Shana Tova.